I just heard the little ding that says that I am live. So, hi guys, I am live and I've been trying to work on more content, like 10 things to know before your first jiu-jitsu tournament and blah, 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 blah. But I was like, what if I just, one, editing is really hard, and if I promise a video, then I may or may not ever actually put it up. I filmed 10 things that I wish I knew before my first tournament that I'm trying to edit into a long form video, but I am finding out how hard that is to do. So I'm just going to talk about this on live. So I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to join to just talk about how I prepare for tournaments. Hey, Caravaggio, nice to see you. I am also going to go live on TikTok as I do this. So let me put this up. I might just change the title and do like literally anything else though, just because, you know, I love just sitting here and hanging out with you guys on live. So it is super fun to just do that without having a specific thing. Oh. Okay, now to go TikTok live as well, because jiu-jitsu doesn't pay you. Jiu-jitsu pays very little money, so we need to get on TikTok and this. Somebody said good morning. Hi to who said good morning. It is 5:30 p.m. here, so we have very different time zones, but happy to have you and happy to have fans from so many different people, places, is what I mean. Ooh, I don't like that. I just changed my light to orange. Is that better? No, that's not nice. Ooh. the only vaguely organized streamer right here. I'm always just trying my best. Okay, so I think I am going to start with my original plan that I'm just going to go off the dome that a bunch of people always ask me about is how do I prepare for a jiu-jitsu tournament when I know one is coming up. So this is a lot of really nuanced, and I probably should have made bullet points to talk about, but we're gonna get there. So the most important thing that I do in preparation for jiu-jitsu tournaments is that I make sure to get enough sleep the night before, because I would trade any variable on this list besides, like, I don't know, missing your actual comp time to getting enough sleep. If I don't have at least 8 hours of sleep, I feel like I'm completely useless when it comes time to put my game face on and fight through that adrenaline and all of that stuff. So getting 8 hours of sleep is the most absolutely important thing that there is for me the night before. So make sure you get enough sleep and make sure that you've handled things in your personal life that are actively pressing matters. Like if you know that you have 6 crises happening tomorrow, maybe wait till next week to compete. Don't let that stop you entirely, but try to handle what you can handle before you got to compete, because competing has so many variables and you're so constantly under that type of stress and the limelight and putting yourself out there that if you have personal life stresses, you're not going to be able to give those things the attention that they need, nor are you able to give your competition the attention that it needs. So that's extremely important for you to make sure that you're getting enough sleep and handling your personal crises. Another thing that I think is important is this is more so in preparation, not necessarily like day of. I should probably like separate this in. Okay, so okay, day of, get enough sleep and make sure that you eat something that's high energy that you're able to eat and feel good eating without making your stomach hurts, because it is so annoying when you go to step on those mats and your tummy hurts. Like, don't go out there and your tummy hurts. So don't do things that will make your tummy hurts. Like, for most of my competitions, if I have a if I have a if my competition starts at 4, usually they allow you to weigh in at least an hour before. So I'm probably not even getting to the arena until like 2:30 or so if I have to weigh in by 3. And because I want to be asleep on the ride there and I want to be perfectly comfortable, I'm probably not even waking up until like, if I'm competing at 4, I would ideally be knocked out until like noon. Assuming like a 2-hour drive over, I don't want to be conscious for any more than around 4 to 6 hours before I compete is where I find that my sweet spot is. If I've just been constantly awake all day and then I'm trying to compete at 4 p.m., that's kind of when I want to nap. If I've just been trying to live that day like it's a regular day, so I just put the competition at the forefront of. Sorry, I have a runny nose, and I'm just being gross with my snot. So I just put the competition at the forefront of my priorities and making sure that nothing else that goes on that day needs to matter except for the competition. So I just sleep in, uh, and uh, I like to have somebody drive me over, but if that's not possible, then I will only drive myself. Like, unless somebody is only driving me in my car, their car to the competition venue, I don't want another person around me, just because I don't want other people's energies interchanged with mine, which sounds super like weird and metaphysical, but I want to only like be thinking about me on competition day, just because that's such you have to get in the zone, you have to get locked in and all that stuff. So I go out of my way to avoid interacting with other people unless I have to on days that I'm competing, just because I don't want that excess brain fog of, other things. I just want to be fully thinking about my competition, or just random like, I'll scroll TikTok and stuff like that. Like, I still interact with people on like a surface level, but like going super in depth with um like anyone's problems or issues that they might be having, I will put that on hold until after my competition. Another thing that I think is important before you compete is make sure you're hydrated. You got to go in there hydrated, or else you'll feel bad and you might get a cramp while you're trying to compete. So that's another really important thing to make sure of. Typically for breakfast, I'll have like coffee, and some type of protein. A bagel is kind of ideal. I'll typically wake up, coffee and bagel. I am a little bit lactose intolerant, but normally I just push through it because I love cheese. But on those days that I'm competing, I actually pay attention to the fact that I am lactose and gluten intolerant, which normally I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna eat it anyway. But on competition days, I don't want my tummy to hurt. So I don't have a heavy meal before I compete. I want to feel light, and I don't want to be starving, but I also don't want to be full either. I don't want that sluggishness that comes from having a full stomach. So I go out of my way to make sure that I'm just like at that level of just good, to where I am not full and I'm not hungry either, because both of those are distracting feelings. And I also don't like to have any type of sparkling beverage. This might just be personal preference. But if you're a burpy person and you have if you have like sparkling waters and stuff, I hate the sensation of having to burp. So no sparkling waters or anything like that on comp day, or anything that causes any type of stomach upset. Hold on, I'm reading the comments. Oh, somebody asked, how do I deal with the adrenaline dump in between matches? In between matches, I go out of my way to keep moving, or just go sit down depending on how long I have between matches. If I only have 5 minutes between matches, I'm just going to keep moving. I might pace around, or just run in place or something like that, just to stay warmed up. And then if I have more than like 5 to 10 minutes between my matches, I'll just go sit down and try to relax, just scroll TikTok or something. Just because any more than 5 to 10, maybe 15 between matches, I start to get cold, and I start to maybe like start catastrophizing things in my head and things like that. So I just go out of my way to stay relaxed or stay warm, depending on how soon the match is going to start. And then even if it's like a 30-minute delay, I'll just go relax for that time. And then around 5 to 10 minutes before the match, I'll try to warm up again. And I find that I do the best when I have a good warm up, where some people make sure that they get a sweat in before they even step on the mats. I like to be warm, but not necessarily like dripping or anything like that. I know that that's some people's preference, but I just like to be warm and have my muscles feeling good. So I'll stretch, I'll run in place. I really like to do pummeling drills and just basic stretches and stuff like that with my training partners or whoever is there with me. That's always really good for me, just to warm up and just basic pummeling drills. Sometimes if there's a position that I've been working on specifically, or a position that I want to avoid specifically, I'll even do drills for that. I don't really care about if I'm having to do those drills or something in front of my opponents, just because even if you know that it's coming, it's a matter of, can you stop it? So it's I don't really think about if my opponent is watching me do a specific drill or something like that. Thank you. So to the people being nice in the chat, there's a people are like, doesn't coffee dehydrate you? I'm sure it does, but the caffeine wakes me up, so I drink water after I have my coffee and stuff. Another person said, do I feel better going to a comp as part of a big team or going solo or with one or two people? I don't like going solo, first and foremost. If I don't have a coach, I will not compete. So I really need to have a coach. I really need that type of moral support. So I, at minimum, need one other person there to coach me. I really don't like competing, just solely solo dolo, walking by myself, leave by myself type vibe. I do not do that ever. So I for sure go out of my way to have at least one person with me. I like it when a friend competes or a teammate or something around along those lines. So that I like the energy of that. I love it when I get to compete first and my teammates or my friends are competing after me, and like I've already won all my matches, and then I can like bring that energy to my team and like share that with them. That's something that really energizes me, is being able to share that. Another person said that they noticed they submitted an opponent in 45 seconds. Well done. That must be a record finishing time. Actually, no. My record finishing time is like, I think it was recorded on Smooth Comp, like 20-25 seconds. As soon as I like slap bumped the person and we like walked away, I immediately re-engage, and I was able to just like snatch the neck and then finish within like 20-25 seconds. So I think that's the fastest submission time that I have had, and they're including the slap bump and walk away in like the submission time. But from the time that I collar tie up with her and she's tapping out is around 15 seconds, and that's one of, I think that it might be one of my pinned videos, perhaps not, but I do have it on YouTube, and the title is like in pink, and it says 15-second guillotine. Okay, this is why I love going live, is because there's so much community here. Another person says, how many medals have I won in jiu-jitsu? Probably around 30. For cardio, I ride the exercise bike. And I do prioritize drilling, especially before I go compete, as some people are saying in like the TikTok chat. Prior to competing, I typically take like a week of lighter training, just because I don't want to have any new injuries and soreness. So generally about a week before I compete, I am just trying to work on my cardio and not do anything that's going to make me sore. So I'll have like 1 or 2 hard rolls like per session and just gradually taper off until like a couple days before I'm not even rolling. I'm solely showing up just to drill, just because I find myself like if I'm trying to do like a bunch of hard rolls like the day before competition, I inevitably tweak something. So I just kind of take a few days off before I uh, compete just to make sure that I am not getting sore. But taking that time off of rolling doesn't mean taking the time off of being in the gym, just because you also want to keep jiu-jitsu at the forefront of your mind. So it's definitely different from everyone. Somebody said on TikTok, how do I handle people being misogynistic and sexualizing the sport? Mm, I just live and let live. I can only control so much, but I do have a lot of banned words on my page. There is just a laundry list of things that you're simply not allowed to say on my page, to where if you comment that, you're just commenting into an echo chamber, because I am never going to see that comment, neither is everyone else. So I have a lot of banned words, and that's how I deal with that, and I get those comments constantly. But just using the controls that the various social media platforms give you allow you to make sure that you're not seeing things that you've overtly decided that you don't want to see, or having comments consistently made about you that you don't want to read. So using those things helps you. Hey, CS Scott, thanks for joining again. Reading through the TikTok comments. Somebody said soreness is part of the game. I agree. I'm just specifically working on, I'm just specifically talking about like how I prepare for competitions this live. Of course, like I will answer other random questions, but just because if I'm sore and stuff like that immediately before a match, I feel like that negatively impacts my match performance. Like when I've like gone super hard in lifting at various times before I competed, and I have that muscle soreness, and then I'm trying to compete, that does not feel good at all. So yes, soreness is part of the sport, and I do go out of my way like weeks before the competition to roll and to do things until I'm sore and like build up my muscles and endurance and all that good stuff. But I'm just saying, like right before I compete is when I'm going out of my way to not be sore. Hey, thanks for joining, Nathan. Another person said Olympics 2028. Maybe, perhaps. I sure hope so. Another thing, like in preparation for a tournament, I try to make sure that within a couple weeks to the month of competing, that I'm getting the amount of training that I want to have, uh, that I'm making sure to stick to my schedule for at least a couple weeks to a month beforehand. Because, of course, if you've been consistent the entire time and you've been constantly training, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I try to stay ready for comps, but then like put that extra pedal to the metal within a couple weeks to a month before comps. So typically I train around 8 sessions a week, but when I'm intending on competing, I try to bump that up, or at least bump up my cardio. I just try to add like 1 or 2 more sessions to that. In terms of actually doing jiu-jitsu, and then some extra cardio sessions. And I find that that kind of puts me in the zone to trade more, but also doesn't make me feel like I'm getting burned out. Somebody asked me what I'm drinking. I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking tea in my tea mug. Another person said, how much training does it take to get good at jujitsu, I would say I wasn't good at jujitsu for at least like 2.5 years. You have to get comfortable being bad at jujitsu. Another person said, "What mouth guard do I use, and how much did it cost, and where did I purchase it from?" I get my mouth guards from Knox Guards. I have them on my Instagram. I think I like tagged them or something a while ago. I get all of those from Knox Guards, and it's a custom fit made by a dentist, and you're able to like mess with like the designs and stuff like that. So just go to Knox Guards on Instagram, and I think the price is different for everyone depending on like what you need, the thickness of the mouth guard, and all that type of stuff. So definitely like just get over there. Thank you guys for saying that my curls are especially nice. I feel like I only washed my hair for this video just because I have uh when you're just having like a really weird week where nothing's specifically wrong, but you're just busy and neglecting yourself, but also low key unmotivated. I had one of those, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my stuff anyway. And I did. I ended up having a very productive week, but my hair was the thing that was at the least priority, and to where when I was like detangling it today, it felt like I was like detangling like locks or something. I know that it would be really easy for me to lock my hair just because it was like matted together and like forming its own like clumps, and it was really hard. No, I have not seen Wicked. And somebody said, "Do I want a 3D avatar made of me?" Yes, that would be cool. Yeah, make a 3D avatar of me and send it to me. That would be cool. Another person said Americana or Kimura. I would say I prefer Kimuras. And somebody said, "Is there anyone that I have my eyes on that I would really like to compete against?" Um, Not one that I can specifically think that I would love to have like a match against. There's definitely a lot of like amazing women in jiu-jitsu that I would love to train with. But when it comes to matches, like I never want to be like calling someone out or anything like that. Like I don't want anyone to interpret anything negatively. Um, and I also don't really think about when I'm gonna have to compete against somebody until their name is like told to me by the promoter and stuff like that. So no one that I have my specific eyes on. Thanks so much. Somebody sent a tiny diny on TikTok. I absolutely love it when you guys send um, super chats and the gifts and stuff like that on TikTok. It's amazing and it helps me keep going. Um, yes, thank you, Ryan, for saying comment on Shorts chat. Keep the chat growing. Yes, keep the chat growing. Somebody said, "Who am I trying to dog walk on the mat?" No one. I don't want to dog walk anyone. Yeah, my email is in my bio across all platforms. So if you're trying to contact me or something, it's best to just email me because that's where I know that actual serious inquiries are. Because I get a lot of spam in my various requests, so I don't really like check that stuff out. Thank you guys for watching my content. To the people who commented below that they love my content. Thank you so much, the support team on TikTok for sending stuff and getting that #1 gifter badge. I appreciate it, and thank you to the people who were saying that they like to go back and watch my old matches and stuff. I also post my full length matches whenever I do like a vlog and stuff like that. They're on my main YouTube channel if people want to go back and do that. Thank you for the hearts over on TikTok. I appreciate that. I feel like I just rambled about like general concepts of competing for like a minute or two here and there, and then I was like, okay, basically Q&A. I had high hopes for what I was going to talk about, and then I got so distracted. Thank you guys for the the heart/me over on TikTok. Oh, somebody asked, are there any celebrities that people say that I look like? A lot of people say that I look like Anna de Armas, and then whenever I say that again, they're like, "No, you don't look like Anna de Armas," but whatever. Um, so I understand like the mid-face proportions that I have are kind of similar. Thank you guys over on TikTok for sending the fest cheers. There was like a little surfer that just popped up on screen. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for sending all that stuff on TikTok. I appreciate that to the artist 8. Uh, hmm. What? People saying weird stuff and. Oh, that's so nice. Somebody said that they met me at ADCC in Vegas and that I'm a sweet person. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I try to just have a good time with anyone that I meet and hang out with, and I'm glad that we got to meet. Somebody is saying that yeah, I do remind them of Anna de Armas. Yeah, I I think she's an absolutely beautiful woman, and I am honored by the comparison when other people do it, but some people say they don't see it, and that's okay. I feel like before I started doing my eyebrows as high as I do, I used to get that comment more, but I love like I was really into like the high eyebrow look, and then I got that like microbladed, like tattooed. So I'm actually going to go get my eyebrow tattoos removed within the next like month or two. So hopefully I'll look more like my myself again. But that's the only like super consistent one. Another like um I get random like comparisons and stuff like that of just like anyone who's mixed. Like obviously I don't look like Zendaya, but like so many people think that all black people look like. So it's you know, just any random mixed girl. People also draw comparisons. Um, Another person said, "Do I live in Arizona?" No, I live in California. Somebody in the chat on YouTube said I look like Scarlett Johansson. Are you blind? I am a I am a brown. Thank you so much to the support team for earning the #1 gifter badge and being nice to me. They said good evening and keep winning those matches, and they'll stop in and say hi. So I appreciate that to anyone who joins. Hello to those people who just joined. Somebody said, "Am I ready for Thanksgiving?" I am so ready for Thanksgiving, but I'm probably doing IBJJF Worlds in a few weeks, so I won't be able to indulge as much in Thanksgiving and those festivities as much as I want because I will be cutting weight. But after Worlds, I will be getting so fat and happy because I don't have anything planned that I need to cut weight for. Like for the rest of the month of December. So it will be right before the holidays where I can fully relax. Somebody said, "How do I feel about my smile and my gap tooth?" I absolutely love my gap tooth, and I am so proud of it. My gap teeth are one of my favorite features about myself. I think that in a world full of veneers where everyone looks the same and has the same like chiclet tic tac teeth for a lot of the like veneers and stuff that you see, where like the teeth are way too big for the mouth and all that stuff. I love having something that's like unique, and I really like how it looks. And I've been offered numerous times to like have it closed and stuff like that for free or like various things. And when I was in college, they said that like getting braces and Invisalign and all that type of work would be covered by my health insurance. But I specifically chose not to close my gap, even though I've been offered free dental work and had various opportunities to close it, just because I absolutely love my gap. I love the natural look, and I like remaining similar to myself. Another person said, good luck at IBJJF Worlds. Yes, I am incredibly excited to hopefully become the Blue Belt World Champ. I am going to go down to Vegas soon, and I'm all signed up. I thought that it would take way longer to sign up, so happy to have gotten that all done. So this month, I'm probably going to do Jiu-Jitsu World League. I think it's like the 7th or the 9th. I'm going to do Jiu-Jitsu World League, and then IBJJF Worlds, and then I'm going to sign up for the AWCA Catch Wrestling Tournament the 22nd, I think. So those are my next few events that I'm going to be doing. But full disclosure, I might just go just like pull out of the Jiu-Jitsu World League just so I can focus on IBJJF Worlds. Thank you to the support team for the team bracelets on TikTok. I appreciate that a bunch. Thank you. Hello to the chosen. I see you all the time in my comments, and I appreciate that. So thank you to the chosen on TikTok. Somebody said Blue Belt World Champion. Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, I just truly accept myself, and I just don't necessarily like want to change anything about myself. I think like in a world full of Kardashians and plastic surgery and all that type of stuff, I want to stay looking like myself, and I just don't want to do those things to my face. Even like my microblading and stuff like that, I'm gonna go get that removed like when within the next like couple weeks and stuff like that. So I'll probably look kind of crazy with my microblading removed, but I might even go get that done just in a little bit more like natural way again. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, somebody said the gap is iconic. I feel like a lot of people get judgmental of themselves from young ages, and it's not as important as you get older. I completely agree. I think that so many little girls have insecurities about like their weight, their face, and so many things about them. When really you just need to worry about being a good person and accomplishing things in this world. There's so many things that are way more important, and like as long as you are a healthy weight and you wash your face and put your best foot forward, you probably look just fine. Like, and especially if you're keeping up with your appearances and keeping yourself in shape and going out of your way to like put on a little moisturizer, like you're already so far ahead of people who like don't do anything to care about their appearance. Thank you. Yes, I love my McLovin shirts. Other people in the chat just like they just want to give up. So yeah, I mean, I definitely have felt the best about myself in being physically fit, and I know that that's not everyone else's goal. I also enjoy being swole. When I was like super thin, wasn't I wasn't useful. Like I couldn't even open my own jars when I was super thin, and then for a while I was kind of overweight, and I wasn't happy with the way that I looked. And so many things about like hot and cold. It felt like a Goldilocks situation. But I feel like at this weight and at this time in my life, this is like the time that I'm happiest with myself, and I find that equilibrium to be being somewhere between 135 and 140 of muscle and like definition and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. All people have to do is like as long as you're showering every day and put a little moisturizer on so that your face is not ashy, you'll be fine. How long have I been training? 3 years now. Probably starting to eclipse 3 years soon. I probably when it's almost my birthday is when I'll start saying 3.5 years. but my birthday just passed, so that's where I'm gonna focus. Yeah, some of you guys were. Yeah, showering. I feel like, especially like if you're a guy and you're concerned about like women perceiving you a certain way, I feel like all most men need to do is shower and go to the gym like 3 times a week, and just like not smelling bad and being physically fit puts you so far above like a lot of people in this world. So if you're a guy insecure about themselves, just shower and go to the gym. You'll be fine. I am 5'4.5". By Vic7551 on TikTok. Thank you for having joined my live. Another person joined and said, "Do I know when my next tournament will be? Not till next year, I presume." No, I'm actually going to probably be competing at Jiu-Jitsu World League on the 7th, 9th, and then I will be going to IBJJF Worlds, which like online it says like the 11th through the 14th or something, but I don't actually know when the women's thing is going to happen. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you to the support team over on TikTok. I appreciate that. And thank you for subscribing. Another person said, 5'4", how much do I weigh? 135. Yes, I am always somewhere between 135 and 140. Somebody said 5'4". Is that in the morning or the evening? I actually think that's in the evening, so I might be 5'5". But there's somebody else at the gym who claims to be 5'5". And I'm almost their height, so I think that I might be the same height as that person. I don't know. Yes, me, he. This is gonna be the cover photo, so I'm gonna post. Okay, I'll find that. I'll find that somewhere in there at 37 seconds. Somebody called me Taelor. No one calls me that. Thank you to you guys for joining. Does anyone have any more competition questions? That's what I was hoping to set out to answer people's competition questions on this live today. You know, competition questions. Anything else that I want to say about competitions? Taylor. Oh, I always try to stretch a lot before I compete just because my shoulders, I do a lot of guillotines and it's easy to hurt your shoulders. So I definitely have like a whole body like mobility routine for my shoulders and the rest of my body. But I go out of my way to make sure my shoulders are nice and warm before I compete, just in case I have to get a guillotine from a weird position. After the guillotine, my most common submission is probably the rear naked choke. Somebody asked me if I've ever pulled guard in my no-gi matches. Honestly, no. I don't think I've pulled guard a single time ever. Which is funny because all of my training partners, I pull guard in the room constantly because I'm working on my guard because I don't want to be useless off my back. So it's just kind of funny. As soon as I go into competition mode, I never ever pull guard, but in the room, I pull guard like half the time, just because I want to work on my guard and leg locks when I'm in the training room, just because, just to get better and more well-rounded. Tea sips her tea. You're absolutely correct. Move over to Swift. The future is Taelor. I think we have a completely different fan base, so I think we can actually exist simultaneously. I don't think that the Swifties, I don't think I'm taking over their lane in there. Hello to the people who just joined over there on TikTok. What's up? Ooh, the live on TikTok has a lot of people on it. My TikTok page is my name at taelornmoore. To those on YouTube who are like, "What's your TikTok name?" Everything is just my name. I just me. I just walk up. Oops, excuse me. That was probably gross. It snuck up on me. Just burping on TikTok live. It's gross. Somebody said, "Hello, I am in both now." Yes, thank you for joining in both my TikTok live and my YouTube live. That is really nice. Hand over hand, like I mean, for this is a little secret because people are always asking which grips I use, and I actually don't really answer. But so you use your gable grip. You use this one, and I use that one for if I have the chin over. Oh, if I have the chin strap and I'm going right here, if I'm really close in on the person, I'll go like this, and this is the way the guillotine is done, or I'll go S grip and high elbow guillotine from the S grip. The people on TikTok are giving me gifts for that. Thank you so much. Yeah. Why do people start match on the floor? Because some people want to. If you guys are both excellent guard pullers, then that could be a dynamic match for both of you guys. Or if you have an excellent guard and they need a pass. We need a guillotine instructional. Whenever I finally get my purple belt and can post instructionals, because you can't make instructionals unless you are at least a purple belt. Thank you to Ian and Boogie Down who sent that. Malcolm Flex said something in TikTok about funding. My Cash App is also taelornmoore. That's funny. Have I ever traveled the world? I've been to Peru and Mexico, but other than that, I have not. Somebody said it's the highest rank in jiu-jitsu. Being a black belt is the highest rank. Somebody said, what is the most difficult submission to perform on an opponent, and what is the most difficult to escape from? The most difficult to escape from and do like simultaneously is probably the crucifix. Like it's kind of hard to enter, but once somebody really has you in a good crucifix, you're so screwed in that position. Like there's not a lot of defense to escape a crucifix once you like find yourself there. And being able to execute that choke is also it's hard to get there, but after you're there, you're able to just like camp in that position for not indefinitely, obviously, but like you're able to wait for an opening to do what you'd like. So I would say so that's the hardest for me. I would say the hardest for me to do an opponent is an armbar. I just seem to have people get out of those all the time. So I don't really go for those as much in competition because people escape my arm bars. So yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now too, to TikTok. I like to get live on both so that I can connect with both audiences simultaneously to optimize my time and hang out with as many of you guys as possible at the same time because some people don't use one or the other. So another person said, do I need to be a purple belt to go on BJJ Fanatics? Actually, no. But just at 10th Planet, you typically need to be above a purple belt in order to make instructionals. Somebody also said, so this might be a dumb question, but to lose weight for comp, do I just eat less? and then they said that they can't lose weight unless they start smoking. And for me, it depends on how I'm trying to lose the weight, like, and what days are the weigh-ins. Like for ADCC, I'm typically anywhere from 135 to 140. The 60 kg weight class is just 132 and under. So I'll typically just like diet down to 137 and then just go in the sauna and cut all the weight and then go weigh in and then just like go rehydrate. And it's just really easy to cut 5 pounds in the sauna day before weigh-in. So you just kind of have like one bad day and then you're fine and you don't really have to do much. And then for like Jiu-Jitsu World League, I always just compete at my weight. I do not cut weight for things that I have to weigh in same day on. But when I'm cutting over time, like for IBJJF Worlds, like right now I'm 139, so 139 pounds, and I have to get down to 136. So I am just eating less, drinking more water, and having smaller proportions. So say if I was going to have like 10 chicken nuggets for dinner, I'm going to have like 6. Somebody said they love my guillotines. Thank you. I tend to get the most submissions with the guillotine and the RNC. Oh, somebody said the opposite thing on TikTok, that they're trying to gain weight, but smoking messes up their appetite. I personally do not smoke. I can't answer that question, but that's funny. Somebody said they were just talking about my guillotine in class. What would you say about it? And what did other people say? I'm so nosy. I love hearing that people have like perceived me outside of me existing in front of them. So interesting. I want to know. Tell me exactly what you said and what everyone else said and all the details around that, because I am a nosy gal. Yes, I am live on YouTube as well. Somebody said, what's my favorite takedown? I love a good duck under, but that's not really a takedown. If I'm going to take somebody down, I'm just usually going to go straight for blast double. Oh, nice. Thank you to the people who said that they are reposting on TikTok. I appreciate that. Another person, ooh, that's a good question. They said, how do I stay explosive during a competition? I always end up being so slow because of the nerves. For me, I'm kind of just flowing with their movements and reacting and thinking about how they're going to react until I see my moment to strike. Like a lot of my matches, like for the first like minute are kind of slow, just hand fighting and stuff like that. And I'm feeling them out and just getting comfortable on the mat. And then I just like abruptly strike. So it's just like you have to find your openings and also do your part in creating those openings and make sure to stay ready for opportunities to arise, because when you're just like checking for reaction for certain movements and stuff like that, the thing that you love the most, your favorite entry, might just open up. So definitely stay alert, stay ready, and you might just find your favorite opening at some point. And staying explosive, I would say make sure that goes back to like getting enough sleep. If you've gotten enough sleep that night, and sometimes I take like energy drinks right before. I've really been loving like these ketone energy drink things. I've been taking these like ketone energy drinks like a few hours before, and like it like improves your mood and makes you blah blah blah. Like it's just amazing, and I've really been loving that for my long training sessions and before I compete. So that's been helping a lot lately. So just get enough sleep and energize your body in a way that helps. That's funny. Somebody said, is there a lot of gossip in the jiu-jitsu world, like people hooking up, people who hate each other, and can you tell us something juicy? There's a ton of all of those things, and no, I cannot tell you something juicy. The community is absolutely tiny, and I would get in. I don't want to be a shit starter. It's so small. I'm sure there's stuff said about me. I'm sure if the people who are immersed in the community probably are just like, Taylor, blah, blah, blah. Like whatever. Like so there's enough of that floating around to where I don't need to perpetrate it. But Yeah, it's a tiny community, and everyone knows everyone, and all the gyms are low key interconnected. Uh, you know how like everyone says that there's 7 degrees of separation in jujitsu is like 3 degrees. Like everyone knows everyone, and everyone is someone else, someone's ex or like ex student, ex boyfriend, ex friend, ex business partner. Like everyone is just very heavily intertwined. Somebody on TikTok so that they can save the world. Yes, save it so that I can do more jujitsu. That's really nice. What are the people saying? Calling me a sweet potato for my reactions? Okay, I guess. I just try to be nice to people. Somebody asked me my thoughts on Gordon Ryan. I think it's cool. Gordon Ryan is really cool. I think he makes events very exciting. I really love watching him as a competitor. Somebody said, outside of jujitsu, what other hobbies do I have? Outside of jujitsu, well, I train for like 3 to 5 hours a day, and then I work out for like an hour. So that kind of takes up like a minimum of 5 hours of my day. Uh, I like food. I like to eat good food, and I like to hang out with my dog. And I love spending time with my family. I love going hiking. I love sci-fi movies. I'm a really big sci-fi movie fan. I used to be a really big sci-fi book fan, but I haven't had as much time lately. But I am currently reading the Pierce Brown series, uh, and I am on book 6, The Lightbringer, and I finished Iron Gold a couple months ago. So, love books. People in my live literally guessed that outside of jujitsu, I don't have hobbies, that I just like food. That's funny. What's my favorite sci-fi movie? Hmm. Right now, my favorite thing to watch is From. I'm obsessed with From. Uh, I'm excited to watch the last episode tonight. And favorite sci-fi movie as a whole, I love the movie Comet and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Mr. Nobody. Those are my top 3 favorite movies. If you guys want to go give them a watch, like Mr. Nobody, it's about like all the different paths that a person's life can take, and it kind of has some scientific elements with like the whole string theory and multiverse and uh, like your actions having direct consequences with quantum and all that stuff. Mr. Nobody explains. So it's one of my favorite movies of all time. An Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's also kind of sci-fi in the sense that like it's a future technology in which like you can erase people from your mind. And it like delves into the problems of what if you get to that point and you don't really want to erase them. So I absolutely love those movies. And then Comet, it just is it goes through the different, it's a non-linear storytelling about how 2 people fell in and out of love and what happens as a result. And it just kind of goes like back into string theory and stuff. So I guess all my favorite movies lead to string theory. Tommy said, "We want to get some call out for your next match. Got to try to pull off a twister." Twisters aren't even legal at most tournaments and stuff. Like you can't do them at IBJJF or ADCC or Naga. Correct me if I'm wrong about any of those rule sets, but I'm very sure that you can't do those at any of those. Yeah, but no, I can't do a twister. Yeah, because like the spine damage and stuff like that. Like most tournaments don't allow you to do spine cranks. Other people said that they saw that I won my most recent tournament. Did I get promoted for doing so well? No, I don't know how much I feel like I deserve a purple belt. I most tournaments already combine blue and purple belt in the same division, and I go out of my way at this point in my career to only really sign up at tournaments that combine both the blue and the purple belts, just because I want to continue to test myself and like punch up at that next level. So I am probably just going to continue competing at the same combined blue purple division and like keep punching up and hopefully eventually be competing at advanced tournaments. Somebody said their favorite sci-fi movie is The Sixth Sense. I like The Sixth Sense too. Oh yes, I am looking forward to Dune 3. I watched Dune, the first Dune, and then I have not caught up on Dune 2, but I thoroughly enjoyed the first one. Somebody's calling me a skinwalker on TikTok. That's hilarious. Um, Hi, Ilana BJJ. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you so much for your support. Somebody said, is there any special drills that I do to work on holding the guillotine? I use a grip strengthener, like, you know, those little like things that you like, it's a grip strengthener. It's like it's a tool, it's a grip strengthening tool, and it's something that you're able to adjust the weight and stuff to make it more or less resistance. And I use that grip strengthener while I'm walking the treadmill. And I just turn the treadmill all the way up so I'm walking like straight uphill and just use my grip strengthener while I scroll TikTok with one hand. And that's something that I like. And then every few videos I'll just switch hands and stuff, and I'll try to get to like 25 reps. And that gives me pretty good grip strength. So somebody said something about good Dakota Ditchy. I'm not sure who that is. And another person said something about Captain of Crush. I don't know what Captain of Crush is. I sometimes I feel like you guys get there to troll me, like, like down there. Somebody said, "What's my spirit animal?" Like a lion. I do lion shit, so I would say lion. Oh, that's wonderful. I love seeing more women in combat sports, and I wish her the best in her career. Oh, somebody's like naming like a brand of hand grippers. No, I just use like this generic one that I got off TikTok shop that I also have like linked in my TikTok shop. If anyone on TikTok wants to go like buy it, I have it in there. For like just it's just like a really generic hand gripper that I got from TikTok shop like forever ago, and I just started using it. And I'm sure they were probably like, I guess they're not confused when I put it in my TikTok shop thing. I was actually thinking about coming up with my own line of grip strengtheners as like a digital product or something. Um, but right now, I'm just focusing on competing and racking up some more competition accolades so that hopefully in the near future I can open up a gym. Hopefully, within 10 years, have like millions of followers across all platforms and own my own gym and run the women's program and teach like the women's classes and kids classes and hire staff to do the other ones. Somebody says my nickname should be the Terror. Terror. It's kind of hard to say. Like, what if somebody has like a stutter? I think it'd be kind of hard. Somebody said the way I'm gripping the mug. Well, it's empty now. Well, oh, it's not that empty. It actually has a couple sips left in there, but it's pretty empty now. Then I also have some electrolytes that I like to drink. I did this live because I'm just like, what liquids does Taylor need to consume before the end of the night? Because I always am just like and like, okay, there's my stress relieving tea, and then here are my electrolytes. I think sometimes I'll drink like cyto greens on here and stuff. Thank you guys for being nice in the live session. Somebody said, no joke, have you ever think about action movies? I've actually applied to be in 2 separate action movies, and I didn't get the role either time. And I was kind of like, come on, give it to me. But like, I have a commercial agent that is booking stuff like that. So fingers crossed that I get those bookings, because I would really like to do action movies and more commercial work and stuff like that in the near future. I used to do a lot of like music videos and general modeling, but I just haven't gotten booked for that type of stuff in a while. I think especially since my availability is all crazy, so no one ever knows when I'm going to be in town and stuff. So I think there's a lot of variables, and I'm not putting myself out there the same way that I used to. But I originally was doing music videos and modeling and like acting and stuff like that before I even got into jiu-jitsu. Somebody said, how do you know if you are an athlete? Go do a sport is how you know if you're an athlete. Just sign up. Just go do it. If you're good at it, you're an athlete. But if you're bad at it, you can still get there by like continuing to train. Somebody said, oh, so I've done acting work. Yes, I've been in over like 30 music videos. Like, I was in a Drake music video, Jack Harlow music video. I was in like a Savvy Third music video, like a Christian Brown's music video. I've been in a bunch of music videos. Like, if you scroll like on my TikTok, my music video work is pinned in like my very first TikTok, and on Instagram I used to have it pinned, but I unpinned it because I like did a really cool match and I pinned that. But yeah, my reels and stuff are out there. I think that I have like a YouTube video that's a compilation of a bunch of stuff that I was previously in. Like, when I was like 21, I just like acted and modeled a lot. Yes, thank you, Ryan. I agree. We need to get some super chats going in there. Thank you for piping in. I love it when there's likes and super chats and super stickers. Somebody said, was I in that Drake music video where he was marrying all the girls? Actually, no, but I was supposed to be in that music video, so that's funny that you asked. No, I was not in that one. I was in the Smiley featuring Drake Over the Top music video. I think I was out of town when like the casting director sent that email, and it was just like, hey, are you available to be in this one? Because I specifically remember like being told that I would like fight somebody in a wedding dress, and I was like, when? But I was not available. And they don't disclose who the music video is going to be for. So sometimes you'll say no to a really cool music video and then find out that it was like a really big artist. So you never know. Hello, thank you for joining my live stream. Wagwan. No, I don't think I've heard that one. I actually have not seen all the music videos I've been in. Sometimes I literally just show up a set, get my check, and bounce. Like, so many things that I've been a part of, I've never listened to like the music video or watched it back, just because I was just a poor college student just trying to make some money. So I'm not sure. Somebody said bonjour in Francis. I took 2 years of high school French. Je m'appelle Taelornmoore. Je t'aime jiu-jitsu. Got that for you, Sebastian. Just spoke some French. Thank you to the username Some Freaking Guy who just sent me a $2 super chat. I truly appreciate that, and I appreciate all of my fans who send me super chats and stuff like that. Everything helps helps me continue to be an athlete, and I appreciate any and all support. So please send super chats, super stickers, and the little like TikTok gifts. I love those. Oh man, that's funny. Somebody said, why don't I do sparrings in live on TikTok? And because a lot of people don't want to spar live for my TikTok. So that's a lot harder to spar on live. Another person said, would I ever do MMA? Possibly if the prize purse was fat enough. So maybe someday. Thank you guys for all the love in the chat. I am going to get off of YouTube Live. I might stick around on TikTok Live for like maybe another 10 minutes and stuff, just because I know I've been paying a little bit more attention to my YouTube chat. But thank you guys so much for the super chat. And I am going to head over to TikTok for like maybe another 5 minutes. Somebody said, thank you. Oh, sorry. I know that you've missed the last couple lives, Kinstrom. So sorry about heading off as you're heading on, but thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. Somebody said, what's a fat enough prize purse? 50K for a win. I would do that for 50K. I would honestly do MMA for 10K. So, okay. All right. Well, that is the end of my YouTube live. I'm going to be on TikTok for like maybe another 10 minutes. So thank you guys so much for joining. Yeah, yo, Dana White, put me on. I would do it for 10K. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for all of your time, all the super chats, and all that stuff. And I truly appreciate everyone who like listens to me ramble, because I like come on here with a plan and then I ramble and then I explain that I had a plan. Like that matters. I'm like, I have concepts of a plan. Like I'm basically the president sometimes. And anyway, good night.